We are back from our Season 2 Maluku trip in Indonesia and want to share with you 8 situations where we almost died. This includes life threats, a huge earthquake, a potential tsunami, and many other things. Our travel was insanely beautiful, but on the other side we just want to show you also the opposite, just our experiences, and hopefully you can review them, getting learnings out of it, which helps you for your next trip. And it doesn't matter which country you travel to, so let's go. Yeah, this tour, this time, let's say Season 2, was, in the end, also we had some kind of dangerous situation happening, like also really lucky situations where we have went out with no severe injuries. Yeah, if you saw all the vlogs in total, yeah, what did happen in Season 2? First of all, at day 10, like around day 10 in Ternate, Lisa was boiling the water with the device, yeah, and unfortunately this device was not isolated from the electricity. So as she touched the boiler, the water boiler, she directly got an electrical shock.
An electroshock.
The electricity was directly floating through her arm to the leg, and this was really life-threatening. And luckily, she did not have any, severe injuries from that, because it definitely could be, ending lethal in the end. Because if the electricity would pass through the heart, she could get killed by it. Yeah, so that was really a dangerous situation. Yeah, then the second thing was I got the food poisoning, which was also really hard because I had strong fever, and I also almost felt like, hey, if this will not get better, maybe we really need to go to the hospital. Because it was really a strong fever. Never had a fever like that in my life before. But luckily, I passed it good. And then, we had another situation with the night ferry from Morotai to Ternate. We had strong storms outside in the night, and it really did not feel safe at all, because like the boat was, as we were laying in the bed, we were shaking like this and this and this and this. Like, wow, this was crazy. Never felt something like that before. And then the fourth situation was we were driving on Morotai with the scooter or with the motorbike, and it was the first week of January. So in Indonesia at that time there are lots of drunken people driving, like motorbikes or even car. And unfortunately, 2 younger men were driving with the motorbike suddenly in front of us, directly heading into us. So in the last second we could pulled over to the side. So they just came from their lane into our lane and really directly driving into us. And really in the last second, we could passed on each other, so that was really dangerous. Luckily, as also this situation did not went in a crash. Next situation was the life-threatening situation, as the people from Mamuya village were telling us if we are going with the people from Ruku village to the Dukono volcano, they will kill us on the volcano, they will fight us up on the volcano. So that was another dangerous situation. Overall, lots of dangerous situations in Season 2. Yeah, I also did not expect that, but luckily all the things went well, and let's continue. And the next dangerous thing which we had was, of course, Gunung Ibu. Because Gunung Ibu, one of the most active volcanoes. We were hiking up there, and then if there would be an eruption and flying rocks would fly around, that's also not funny for your for your security. And the way down was also, wow, it was terrible. It was so slippery. I felt more than 20 times. Luckily, no injuries there, but this was also really dangerous. And then obviously the Dukono volcano itself was dangerous because this one is really active. Each minute there was an eruption happening, and we saw the lava and the magma flying around there. And there were lava rocks like big as a human. It was insane. And the guides also told us like there are moments when really like smaller rocks, let's say smaller rocks like this size of big maybe, that they are flying around, and then you should not stay close to the Dukono, because if this kind of rock fell at you, you're dead, obviously. Yeah, so also this was really dangerous. And alone the sulfur cloud, which came all the time over the peak onto you, this was also wow. Yeah, this you don't want to smell or breathe the whole time, as it is really acid. And also the ash alone to inhale is also not good, so that's why we had our masks on.
In the night at 12:47 we got hit by a horrific earthquake. The whole apartment was shaking, so we directly ran out of the apartment. I directly turned my phone on and received earthquake notification by the BMKG app from the Indonesian government. It was mentioned that the magnitude was 7.9. I looked at the map and saw that the epicenter of the earthquake was 250 kilometers away from us. I looked at which depth the earthquake was and directly knew that this is seriously dangerous for us because of how strong the magnitude was and at which depth it happened, deeper than 100 kilometers. I directly recognized we are in a real threat for a tsunami, and also saw that we are on the worst place on the island, the west coast. I directly got the next notification, tsunami warning. Magnitude was corrected to 8.5. I directly spoke with our Indonesian neighbors as I saw them preparing their motorbike to escape. In the meantime, I got sent a picture from an Indonesian friend, tsunami warning, also broadcasted in the Indonesian television. So it was really serious. So we took our most important things with us, jumped on the motorbike and drove together with the Indonesian couple to the highest point of the island. Many people drove also with us away from the beach. I mean, our guest house was literally 20 meters away from the beach. The earthquake, which woke us up, I would say felt like a magnitude 5 earthquake, so quite strong. It was my second earthquake which I witnessed in Indonesia. The first one was in Lombok 2018. We were waiting 3 hours on the hill, hoping that nothing will happen to this beautiful island and all the people living here. I calculated that 20 minutes after the earthquake has happened, the tsunami would have already arrived. In the meantime, I saw on Twitter that people even in Australia felt the earthquake and recorded videos with shaking houses. Too crazy. At 4 in the morning, we drove back to our resort before we checked the beach to see that the water has not retreated. We tried to sleep, but it was really hard to just shut an eye. We all knew that we have been really lucky. You remember our starting video of Pulau K as we were walking to the beach? I would never thought that this sign evacuation route would needed to be used. Luckily, everything went good.
Oh man, this night ferry was insane. It was really insane. Like, we went from Morotai to Ternate with the night ferry. You saw the nice looking room, but yeah, the night time, the drive, it was not nice. Definitely it was not nice. I have been already with more than 10 night ferries in different countries, and this ride was insane. Yeah, I really thought we are dying on this trip, because we were lying on the bed And then the ocean was so, with the currents, it was so stormy, and the boat went from the left to the right, and if this is like our bed, and I was sleeping, or I tried to sleep, and then it went like this, and it went like this, and went like this, and went like this, and went like this. So you can imagine like my blood from the legs pushing into the brain, and then from the brain pushing into the legs, and this the whole time it was shaking like this. And I heard the waves, like the boat was like this, and then the wave came and it crashed like this, and you only thought like, hopefully we're gonna not sink down on this ocean trip. Yeah, this was crazy, but in the end, luckily, we survived that trip. But as I mentioned, from 10 times as I went also with night ferries, this was the craziest ride ever with a boat. And yeah, I'm not scared that much in trips or in my life, but at that moment I was really scared about our lives, because that was not a normal trip and was not a normal ride. But luckily everything went well. Yeah, lots of dangerous things happened, but we made it.